But anyway, so like, yeah,
Did you
a
hear?
series of resignations. But at one point, they mentioned that
Well, did you hear he hired?
more than half of Ukraine's current cabinet would be moved or replaced in the coming days. Most sweeping changes to government since Russia's invasion. So like,
Pipeline, Alexa. I put this one in.
Russian missile strike on Ukrainian city of Poltava. 51 people. More than
Yeah.
200 others wounded. They were all terrorists.
They're all terrorists. The thing is, Russia is saying exactly that.
They're saying they're Nazis.
They're
Slightly
saying they're
different
Nazis.
terminology. One of them is the jihadis, the other one is the Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. But they were even doing. I saw a article the other day that you know how often Israel will say that that's a setup, like the
False
stage,
flag?
not false flag, but they're like it's more like it's a media shoot. You know?
Oh, yeah, like,
And I saw one-
Hollywood.
Pallywood. Pallywood is exactly
Palestinians
that.
are pretending to be hurt.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what people were saying about the White Helmets documentary, which I don't actually know. You know, I heard something about that, but it's like, well, it could be real. But I saw footage of it was next to a hospital. There was like a crater in the ground that was like, I don't know, like 10 meters deep, 20 meters wide. And then they had all these people crying, bleeding, dead kids. The literally an RT article was like, no, it's fake. These are all paid actors.
Awesome.
It's amazing. 51 people. The thing is, it's very similar. The news in Israeli news with Palestine, it's very similar with Russia against Ukraine.
Except our guys, our Western media is like running
That's
PR
the
for
fuck thing
Israel.
about it. Yeah.
And, yeah.
Because it's like if ABC was publishing an article that said...
Russia missile kill. Oh,
it would have said, if 50 Palestinians died from an Israeli missile strike, it would have just said 50 Palestinians. It wouldn't say how, but this is like ABC.
No,
News.
it would say like Hamas run Palestinian Health Authority claims 50 Palestinians.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is like, there should be a format with news articles. Whenever someone dies, or if it's by a country, you need to say who did it first. That's just the rule.
I can understand in breaking news where, you will get in trouble because you don't actually know. Like, it's not always completely obvious from the start.
Yeah.
Especially, with like shelling. You're kind of just like, all these people have died and like you can't immediately say who it is. I understand that, but like when you know.
Yeah.
Like
50 Palestinians found dead in building rubble. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Russian missile strike has 51 people and injured more than 200 in the Ukraine city of Poltava, which is quite deep south. It was like past Kiev. It was a long range missile. Marking the
Ballistic
deadliest
missiles,
single attack of so far this year.
Wow.
One person. But then, did you hear Zelensky has now, how Ukraine invaded Russia back? They've now said that they're going to occupy that region permanently.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
See how they go. Well, okay, so that might bring us into the... Oh, no.
That was funny news.
Wait, I want to find... Maybe this one might be a bit... Okay, never mind. We gotta do a bit of a news shuffle. Shuffling the news. Who knows? Who knows what'll appear? Potentially the same article in a different format. Who knows? Let's see if I press the special button. Maybe something. Oh, well, would you look at that? Would you look at what's going on?
Alexa, how'd you do that? So magical.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, we're back. I think there's an interesting thing going on with Ukraine at the moment, and it's kind of actually this year has been pretty rough for Zelensky in terms of there were like a lot of different. There's a lot of unrest like within the actual government, right? Because they famously a lot of people made hay of this thing that like Ukraine cancelled elections, which I think is fine. Like
what were you saying? Sorry,
they cancelled elections, right?
Yes.
And that was a big deal in the West because like the whole narrative is like we're defending democracy from Putin, when like in reality neither Ukraine or Russia are democratic countries, and like there are lots of democracies that we invade and destroy that we don't care about.
Yep.
But anyway, I think like it was kind of unpopular. It was bad play in like Western media because like their whole thing is that Ukraine's democracy. Personally, I think you you're fine to get rid of elections if you're being invaded. Like,
yeah, I think in times of
it's
you
like
don't have to say, "Hey guys, go to the polls, get a free sausage."
it's like martial
sizzle.
law. Like it's, you know, I think they got a bit too much flack for that, but it is a obvious sign that it's a really precarious position now for Ukraine. Like,
Yeah.
Danny
Danny said it went against the Constitution.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
look,
you're
it's not-
being
it's not
invaded.
good.
It's not good, but it's like I can understand it. It would be, yeah.
But I mean, I think the wilder thing is that like he came in on a on a mandate to end to have peace with Russia, and then as soon as Biden comes in, it kind of flips randomly. And anyway, doesn't matter. So I think like the continuation of the war is like quite bad for him in terms of just like PR.
Yeah.
And he's had like other kind of rivals step up. I think the biggest one was like Zaluzhny, that he got rid of. But
Zaluzhny, Zelensky.
yeah, what's the difference? What's the difference? But now, like the past like week or couple of weeks, it's been kind of nuts in Ukraine. Like they fired like half the government.
Yeah, well.
So I think there's some kind of fear of a coup, I guess, or something happening. Like I get the feeling that the invasion into Russia was actually quite unpopular
By the government.
Well, yeah, or like for Ukrainians
Yeah.
specifically, because like it's cool. I think it's cool to be able to like strike back, you know, in a symbolic way at this like horrible giant like invader.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like actual tactics, the actual goal of liberating a country, like it's a big Hail Mary that might not actually do anything.
Well, if anything, I think it's like, you know, it's a normal response when you're being attacked, but if anything, you're now giving Russia more of a reason, not that they need a reason because they're doing it anyway,
yeah,
to, you know, hit you
Also,
harder. So
you know,
it's,
like the big kind of discrepancy between Russia and Ukraine is that Russia just has so much more manpower and resources, and like opening another front inside Russia, like it just sounds like they don't actually have the capabilities to do that sustainably.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
But anyway, so like, yeah,
Did you
a
hear?
series of resignations, but at one point they mentioned that
Well, did you hear he hired?
more than half of Ukraine's current cabinet would be moved or replaced in the coming days. Most sweeping changes to government since Russia's invasion. So like, yeah, they're changing the entire thing.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, probably like almost an appropriate response if you're being invaded and you're losing or you've got all going on. I imagine it's going to be a time of mass change at all times, you know?
Well, in my mind, the most appropriate thing would have been to go through with the peace treaty that you were going to sign back like at the very start of the war,
Yeah.
within the first month, until old Boris Johnson came down and said, no, do not sign it. We'll keep sending you money and just keep sacrificing Ukrainians. We will bleed Russia dry.
Yeah. The YouTube video teasing the stream was gas, by the way. Alexa's mum was so nice. Alex. That is our mum. It's not Alexa's mum. It's our
Only in the
mum.
last video, they thought it was your mum and not mine.
It's our mum. She just likes Alexa more. All right.
It's like the COD achievement: drop a grenade when you're already dead. Might as well try something if you have nothing to lose anyway. Like,
I love that achievement. That was the best perk. I got so many that way.
It's a hard thing to read because, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's not like Russia's doing well. You know, like, it's,
Yeah.
I just think it's such a like difference in like capabilities and resources and manpower that like Russia can be the most place in the world and still like, you know, the longer it goes, the more likely it's going to be a Russian victory. But you know, they had their hiccups. The whole been like a long series of military failures.
Yeah.
But also our man Prigozhin.
Yeah.
What the was that? That's crazy. Like he was about to do a military coup. Like that all could have gone a million different ways.
Yeah.
So like maybe you can kind of understand not signing a peace treaty because Ukraine's like something insane's going to happen.
Yeah.
And also the West wants us to keep doing this. So
Yeah. Was there anything else in this article? Can I talk about slightly relevant?
yeah.
There
Well,
was,
let's yeah, this is done.
Go to